Basu and I were just discussing some of the potential contagion risk stemming from the crisis in Turkey. How do you see this impacting U.S. equity markets at the open?
Good morning, Dan. Good morning, Basu. I think that really Turkey by itself is not really going to be much of an effect. The question is the contagion, is this the debt? Is this the problem that pushes the economy over the top? You know, it's so small by itself that it really isn't a big deal right now. Right now, the markets are just open and they've opened lower. But we're still on extremely light volume, light volatility. So the markets are still probably going to ignore this as they've done almost every other bit of bad news and roll higher, unless this creates a bigger debt problem for the banks. And when this contagion all plays out, we'll get a better picture. But right now, the markets are very comfortable right now in their own skin and are continuing to drift higher as a rule.
Todd, this is Vasu here. How do you see the US dollar performing going ahead? Because, you know, how the US dollar performs will clearly have an impact on how this emerging market contagion plays out. I mean, if the Fed continues to hike rates and the dollar strengthens significantly, then, you know, the markets are going to worry even more about, you know, the contagion. I mean, so do you have a view on the US dollar and where you think it's going to play out?
I think the US dollar is going much higher, but I thought that before this all happened. I mean, I'm targeting par in the U.S. dollar by the end of the year. So I think that the dollar, and that will also create, as you just mentioned, Vestu, a lot of pressure because of the way that money has to be paid back in U.S. dollars. So I think that creates a much bigger problem. And I think the dollar itself is going to go dramatically higher again. We're right now at 96 and change. I think we go to par before year is over. And I think we're going much higher even than that going into the next couple of years. But for now, I think that you're going to see a much stronger dollar as we've seen. The dollar has had a very dramatic rally as it is. And Friday's breakout on the problem with the lira and the problem with the euro is showing even more of that. So I look for a much higher dollar.